see you. It's me. It's me. It's me, Shell, bitch.
Hey, Gente! Welcome back to another week of the It's Me, Shelle podcast. And remember, my job is to make your road to Friday a lot easier. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where in the world you are, mi gente. Feliz Lunes. Happy Monday. And it's Labor Day, but more importantly, happy birthday, not only to Beyonce, but to my best friend, JTB. Yes, honey. It's his birthday today. And if you don't know who he is, you're lost, baby, okay? Not only is he my best friend, but he's been my best friend since first grade. And he is also in charge of all things music on the It's Me Shelle podcast. And overall, he's just an amazing friend. So happy birthday, you creative little bestie you. I hope you have all the fun that you deserve. Happy birthday to you, John, Tori, and Brownie. And you deserve it. I hope you have the best day ever. Now, if you're at work today, I am so sorry, but we're here. You are not alone. You are not alone. We're together. Okay. So if you working, we working, because that's just how it is. I refuse to leave you alone. Okay. Fuck that. We together now. All right. So joining us today, you already know who it is. Don't call it a comeback. It's the love of my life, my beautiful, amazing, wonderful husband, Shaney Wan Kanobe.
Hey, how's everyone doing? Mwah, I'm so happy to be back. So happy to be here today with my love. I know we're going to have a fantastic episode.
We are, but I have a question. You came in, you said, hey, and you blew a kiss. That was for me, right? I just want to make sure you blew a kiss. It was like, hey, everybody. Mwah.
That was for you, baby.
That's
That was
nice.
all for you.
All right. I was just making sure.
To my wife, I blow a kiss to
What
you.
is that Rick and Morty? He goes, I miss my wife. Too bad. This is your life now.
This is your life now.
Bueno, mi gente, we are together on this episode yet again. And I'm going to say the end of the summer caught us, right? Because I haven't released an episode in so long, and I am so sorry for that, mi gente. It's just really, I was trying, but life was lifing. And not in a bad way, right?
In a great way. Oh, life was life in an amazing way.
Definitely. But it's just,
oh, man.
I just love it because summer's ending, but everyone is still outside on the motorcycles and really like I don't understand. Oh my gosh, I hate summer.
those ain't going away until the snow falls. So yeah, we're kind of screwed with that one. Welcome to New York, the city that never sleeps.
I hate it. I hate it.
No, I do too.
But anyway, life was lifing in an amazing way. And it's the end of the summer. And we absolutely loved it because everyone's away from the city or back to school. And that's my favorite. We enjoy so much more space. We get to do stuff, not get stuck in so much traffic trying to do stuff. Because you already know I hate summers in the city.
Mm-hmm.
I hate them.
Yes, she
does. I fucking hate them. So I figured this week we'll keep it nice and light. And we will be reviewing a movie. And the reason that we're reviewing this movie is because not only is it a great movie, but without saying or revealing too much, there is something that Shane and I are working on with a very special person. And I actually suggested that the designs of what we're working on come from one of my favorite designers, Jean-Paul Gaultier. Yeah. So you know what? I think I can share this just to see if you guys start to get a hint of what I'm talking about. Right? He's one of my faves. I love it.
Oh, the Ruby Rod outfit.
I know. Isn't it fabulous? Isn't it?
I should have did my hair like that for the episode.
You should have.
Right? Yeah, I should have did that. And you should have been in. You should have been in the episode with the bandage outfit.
And on that note, if you don't know what movie we're reviewing, it is The Fifth Element. Yes, The Fifth Element, and in true S&M fashion, we both love this movie.
Love it.
It is one of my absolute favorites. It's definitely at the top. And we both, not only do we share the appreciation for this movie, but we also we've watched it so many times that we can kind of, like really just dive in.
I think we could just like spit the lines out as it go almost. Like we know the next line. We're there. We know the next line.
Yeah. It's terrible. Now, before we start, I'm going to say this, okay? This is not our movie. There's no infringement here. Don't come for us. It's for educational purposes only. We just out here, having a great time. We're fairly using over here. We just really love this movie and we decided to review it. All right. So it was one of our late night flicks and it kind of stuck with me. And originally we were going to talk about embarrassing moments on this episode. But I don't know. I know I made an episode about about embarrassing moments. I think with Jay, on one of the episodes of the Funny Gals Talk series. So I was just like, do I really want to do it again? Because I figured we can just watch videos and just react about these embarrassing moments and how fucking stupid they were and how we relate to them. But then I decided to switch it up last minute.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I decided to switch it up last minute. And I also thought, well, Shane and I spoke about aliens the very last episode. So, why not talk about aliens that I can actually watch on the big screen without having to close my eyes or walk out of the room? Is that sad?
No. No.
You sure?
And it's funny. That's one of the only movie with aliens that you like. There are a few. There are only a few.
Yeah, because Men in Black.
Yeah.
I can deal. I mean, when I saw the first one, and this is not a review on Men in Black, but when I saw the first one, not only do I hate aliens, but I fucking can't stand water bugs. They're petrifying. And that shit was just...
It had everything. It had everything in it.
Mental health check, please. Thank you. I was in turmoil. It was terrible. But yeah, I got through that one.
You got through
it. Yeah, that's all right. Whatever. I'm grown. All right. Well, I think it's only fair to talk about the history of the movie before we even get into it. And those who don't know, right? This movie stars Bruce Willis. Okay, and he plays Corbin Dallas.
Willis. Corbin, my man.
Say that again?
Corbin, my man.
It's very Caribbean of you.
I'm trying.
Are you trying hard enough?
Oh, Bruce.
Are you trying hard enough, though?
But
yeah, I know 50%. You are. That's enough. So Bruce Willis is Corbin Dallas. And Mila, Jovovich plays Lilu.
Yeah. Lilu.
She's so cool.
She's so cool.
Yes, she's Lilu, or the Fifth Element, or the Supreme Being, or the Perfect Specimen. I don't know. Did I leave anything out?
She's the one. She's the one before the one.
Right. So she's the Neo.
She's Neo. Yeah, exactly.
She's the Neo of this movie. So we also have the Commissioner Gordon. Can I tell you though, before when I watched this movie, I mean, I didn't know Commissioner Gordon. He wasn't Commissioner Gordon when this movie first came out. Duh.
Not at all.
But even afterwards, when I saw him in Batman, can I tell you, I didn't even know who it was. You know when I made the connection?
When
I was watching Harry Potter and he was Sirius Black.
It was like a light switch.
Yep. I was like, he looks so familiar. And that's when it hit me. I said, oh, no.
Let's not forget he was Dracula too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
With Keanu Reeves.
Wow. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Mr. Gary. What is Mr. Gary Oldman?
Gary
He
Oldman. Now he's
played
old.
Zorg. Yeah. He's an old man. He
Now
played
he's an old
Zorg.
man.
He played Zorg. He's just so good at playing this character. But Shaney Wan Kanobe sent me some very interesting, fun facts about this movie. So we're going to talk about those in a little bit. And you'll be very surprised how Commissioner Gordon, whose real name in the movie was, what is it? Jean-Baptiste Emmanuel Zorg.
Yes.
And John Baptiste. Yep. And while watching the movie, I was just like, I like turned to you and then I stood quiet and I'm like, wait, is he Haitian? I was like, I don't think he's Haitian.
He might be Haitian. He might be Haitian. This is really far into the future.
And you know what's interesting? I'm glad you said that, because one of the things I realized with this movie, it is very like artsy in a sense. There is a lot of like art to it. So it's just not like, you really do have to catch the little nuances here and there. And then it had me thinking of Basquiat. His real name was Jean-Michel. I mean, he was Haitian and Puerto Rican. I believe his mother was Puerto Rican and his father was Haitian. He was born, his father was born in Port-au-Prince. I hope I'm not butchering that. So yeah, he was Haitian and Puerto Rican. So I was just like, you know what? Maybe this kind of plays into that whole art scene where, you know what I mean?
I could see that, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, good catch. Yeah.
Man, I'm just dropping gems out
Gems
here.
out here. I did gems. Whoa.
Damn, it's crazy. That's crazy. All right, so who can forget the wonderful Ruby? Yo, that him. His voice is already. I know his voice is already very distinct.
Yes, and his voice in this movie was like nails on a chalkboard. The best way to describe it.
For sure.
Carbon, my man.
Cubby, my man. Cubby. He was a vibe. He was an attitude, and I loved it. Because he was an attitude.
No, he made the movie. There's a point where he just made the movie. He was like that missing piece. Oh, I loved it.
Now, for those of you who haven't seen this movie, it was a screenplay written by Luc Besson. I think it's Besson or Benson.
Benson.
Is it Besson?
I think it's Besson. We'll have the listeners correct us. They'll correct us. Okay.
Well, because then what I'll say next probably won't make sense, because I really thought it was Benson. But I'll get to that in a minute. And Robert Mark, I think it's Kamen, whatever, these fucking names, okay? This guy, he's the same person who created the Karate Kid franchise.
Oh, okay. Wow.
That's who, they both, this was like their screenplay or whatever. And it was directed by Luc Benson. I really think it's Benson. Because y'all already know, I think it's Benson. You already know the hold that Law and Order SVU has on me. And every time I say Benson, I'm thinking Olivia Benson.
All we needed was the song right now.
This is the best GD TV detective in New York City. Fuck what he will solve any fucking case.
Any case.
Okay, she's just gorge.
Murder, espionage. I think she's been everywhere. Mind you, let's not forget she only does sex crimes, but it doesn't matter.
She's a career woman. She's a career
woman. Yes.
And we are obsessed.
And we love it.
I met her once, and I was kind of starstruck, but I didn't like lose my composure. So I spoke to her like, yeah, what's up? Yeah, I'm cool. How are you? She's like, oh my God, good, thanks. So I'm just like, yeah, I love you. Okay, bye.
I love you. You try to give her a kiss on the cheek.
I'm like, I don't think that's. Oh, sorry. I read the room wrong.
I read the room wrong. Sorry.
Sorry, Liv. Oh, sorry, Liv. I read the room wrong. And then she gave me that stare. And I was like, yeah.
Then she stood up because she's like 6'4".
She's extremely tall. And
She does like I heard she does like 20 push-ups in the morning. Like she wild.
no, she doesn't.
Probably not.
Don't say that. Don't speak blasphemy. Don't sully her name.
Don't
Mind you, it's just push up.
Don't sully her. Don't tell the word she's doing push-ups in the morning.
How dare you?
Mind you, she probably does though.
Don't talk about
That's
it.
why she looks so fit. I know she's doing some workout. She's doing curls. She's doing sprints. She's chasing after criminals.
She is. She's protecting New York City.
She's running up steps. She's an active. Well, I don't know what's her rank now. She's like a lieutenant. She's a captain.
Yes, she is. I believe she became captain.
Oh, she's captain. She's running up steps now.
Actually, is she? All right, guys, let me know. Is she captain or what's higher, babe? Lieutenant or captain? Captain, right? Oh yeah, I think she's captain. The best of the best of the best, sir. Anyway, so Fifth Element, it takes place in the 23rd century. All right. And that means it's like the year 2223. And to make it relatable and understandable for everyone, because, it's a little confusing, we're always behind in the current century. So if it's the 23rd century, then it's year 22 something. Right? I'm going to drop some knowledge right quick. So right now we're in the 21st century. That's why we're in the year 2023. Get it? Because we're not at 21 yet. If we're at 21, then it's the 22nd century.
Got it.
Am I making sense?
Am I making sense? Somebody going to be dropping gems at work this week.
Yo, for real. They're going to be like, guess what I learned on Labor Day?
Nah, they're gonna disguise and be like, thank you, it's Michelle.
No, they're just gonna spit out the fact like it's their own. Don't you hate it? It's like when people take the jokes. You're like,
always.
I told you that shit
Don't
last
you
week.
hate it when they take it and then they try to spit it back at you and you're looking at them like,
I just said that 10 minutes ago.
I just told you that.
And then they don't give you credit for it. Oh, I fucking hate that. I hate that. Oh my god. I can't fucking that is a pet peeve.
Oh, that's hilarious. They give you no credit. They give you no credit. They try to spit it like it's their own.
That is a pet peeve. I can't stand that. Especially because sometimes I sit down and I'm like, oh, this would be funny. Let me test it out on some people. And then I use it, and then all of a sudden I hear that shit on like Instagram coming from the same fucking person I just said it to. I'm like,
motherfucker still in my that was an AB mother.
This fucking bitch here, man. How dare you? I have a question, Ryan. How dare you? How dare you? Oh, I hate that. Anyway, just wanted to drop a little bit of knowledge. I'm sorry if I confused everybody and I started making y'all do some fucking mathematical equations. I just had to get it out of my brain. I know. Like the square root of 4 and yes, 21st century.
That means we died 3 years ago. So
oh, shit. Anyway, The Fifth Element takes place in the 23rd century, and the film's plot involves the survival of planet Earth, which becomes the responsibility of Corbin Dallas, who is a taxi cab driver, and he's a former Special Forces major. Right? I know. Isn't he? Isn't he always in the military?
Always in the military. I think that's John McClane's, great all the way. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, like if they preserved his body like through cryo or some shit.
Yeah,
he would be right. And then a young woman, Lilu, falls into his cab. And after Corbin Dallas, and after all of that, Corbin joins forces with everybody to recover 4 mystical stones that are essential for the defense of Earth against the impending attack. Mental health check, please. Thank you. You want to know why? You want to know why this gets a mental health check? Because it basically sounds like Shane and I's everyday life when we're fighting against impending doom
Always.
of evil creatures trying to spread their evil.
Yes. Always.
We're all love over here, man.
Always.
We're
And
all love over here. Right.
our love solves it. We have the
Right.
stones.
The stones. It's
The
all
stones.
love over here. You know? I'm gonna we do better over here. It's a little inside joke. I don't know. Shane gets it, but it's a little inside joke. Am I forgetting anything about the movie, my darling? Have I missed anything?
I don't think so. I think you hit it right on the nail. That sums up the whole plot.
Right?
Yeah. Amazing. Amazing plot.
Love the Fifth Element over here. All right, so I love the entire movie. I do appreciate it very much. I don't think there is a dull moment. But if I had to choose a favorite part, it would be when they meet Plava Laguna at the concert and Flossed in Paradise.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Very good one.
Yeah, and the reason for this is because I think it's so cool how they incorporate music to the movie. You know, because it was really random. Like you're just going to a concert, right? You're going to a concert. And how are you going to know that you know what I mean? Like it's just such a random situation. And to me, that's like opera met film.
Yeah. Oh my God. I fell in love with opera after that.
Yeah.
It was my introduction. It was like, oh my God, this is so amazing.
That's pretty cool.
That was
That's
an
cool.
amazing thing.
I didn't know that it introduced opera to you.
Yeah, that introduced opera to me. That was like it. It was because I loved the Fifth Element. I absolutely like you. You can pinpoint a favorite scene. It's hard for me. Like there's so many. Like the moment Lilu falls in the car and Bruce Willis' reaction. Like one of my favorite parts. Let's not forget the scene where he's fighting the. I can't remember it. I can't remember the name of the aliens, but they kind of look a little bit like dinosaur lizards or whatever. And he's asking the musician to throw him the gun, and he throws him over the two cue balls
because he's fucking deaf.
He's fucking deaf. Hilarious moment, and there was just so many. He just rolls him. And he's just looking at him like. There were so many moments where it's just like, how is he going to get out of this? And he just gets out of it. And it's to pinpoint my favorite scene. I say my favorite scene is the whole movie.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, the whole movie has a whole scene.
Well, that's cute.
It's just yeah. And you know what? Even the product placements was dope. I like how they incorporated it into the world. I think it was like the McDonald's. It just showed because also it's a steampunk type movie too. So you have like corporations running stuff. So all those elements really played really cool. And the movie came out at 97, I think?
Yeah, I think so. 97.
Yeah. Let's not forget this movie's about to be 30 years old in 4 years?
Actually, yeah, it just made 25 years last year.
Yeah, that movie's about to be 30 years old. Insane. But it still holds up. Like you can watch it today. The special effects still look good. Everything still looks good in the movie.
I just love it.
Classic.
Well, the blue alien diva that sang the opera and hid the stones inside of her. Pause.
I got a question. How were they supposed to get those stones? Was she supposed to shit those stones out?
Listen, that is a great question because so this day I'm like, wait, but how were they?
How did she get the stones in her?
She's a fucking diva. I'm not gonna ask any questions.
I'm not gonna ask. I gotta look that up. I gotta see the ideas behind that. Maybe she ate them.
Damn. I mean, she sang and did a little dance. She was a little stiff, but she also had like 4 elemental fucking stones inside her body.
Word. You think that gives her gas?
Damn.
That's mad heavy. Some stones looked heavy.
Damn. Oof. There's a lot of like pause moments here. Digging the hole deeper. Oh,
Oh man,
all right. That was my last one. That's it. That's all I have.
I got
She was
like two more
amazing.
coming.
Do you?
Yeah, I think I got like two more coming.
Well, listen, she was amazing. She was the only fucking blue alien that didn't want to destroy Earth. She was classy.
Word.
She was fucking
Classy.
classy.
She was classy with them beautiful stones bearing her down. You think she could have ran away
From
when
who?
they started shooting? Maybe that's why she died so quick because she couldn't have ran because she
I
had
mean,
like the stone.
she was also wearing like this crazy latex
But
dress.
we don't know about like was that her like her skin? She's an alien. We don't know what was alien and what was her.
She was classy.
Classy lady, classy. I
That's
wonder
all.
how long it took to do the makeup.
That's a great question. Like, because you can tell it's like her whole body, but
Mhm.
also, let's say she is in latex. Do you know how hard it is to get latex on?
Nope, never
It
tried
is.
it.
Well, my friend, coming from experience, it is extremely difficult. You have to have patience and a lot of fucking powder. A lot of powder.
Imagine I did say, yeah, of course I know. Imagine it's casual. Yeah,
Yeah, babe. Yeah, it's difficult.
difficult.
It used to take
Go
me.
through the process of everything.
It used to take me 30 minutes. What do you mean?
Oh man, that damn dog outfit, man.
Oh man, it's difficult. Honestly though, this right here, like when you think about my alien fear, this is why it's warranted. Every time I watch a movie about aliens, they're always represented, however they're represented. If you read about them, if you watch them in a movie, whatever, in the books, whatever it is, they're always trying to destroy Earth and take it for themselves. So it's not my fault that I'm afraid of aliens. I think it's a societal thing.
I think so too. And
I
this
think
one
so.
was weird too because they didn't really have an alien that was trying to destroy Earth. It
No,
was just
they
a
had a
ball.
they had a black
Ball.
planet
Yeah, it was a pissed off planet.
who was trying to like take over Earth.
I think it was just trying to go through it.
Do you think
Try to.
it really?
I think it was trying to. I think that was the whole purpose. I think it was gonna like, puncture it. I did that on purpose. I wanted to see your face.
You're fired.
Oh
Your
man.
laugh is so funny. All right, so everyone that knows me knows that I love fashion. I love different types of fashion, though. I don't really gravitate to the social norms when it comes to fashion. And that does not mean in any way, shape, or form that I'm going to walk out of my house and like camp every day. That's not what I'm talking about. But
Maybe in latex though.
no, I mean, if the occasion calls for it. Yes.
Yes.
But I do gravitate towards the boho chic. I love the goth. At times I like camp when it's done right because some people really botch camp up and they're like, oh my God, it's so camp. Whatever. Haute couture. I love it, especially when you're thinking high fashion. But I am also very individualistic and I love to make a lot of what I have different already just to make it, my own. But for sure, when I get older, I'm definitely going to be that extreme fashionista. Like the extreme fashion that you don't understand, that shit that you look at. Kind of like when you look at art and you're like, I have no idea
Yeah.
what this piece means. That's going to be me. Like, I like the confusion.
Mm,
Yeah. I love that type of fashion.
I like that.
Absolutely. No, but that's why this to me was so cool. Because
Oh
when you
yeah.
think about it, you're like, okay, we get it.
I love the shapes, the forms, everything. It was just,
Right. Yeah, and this movie plays so much on like fashion. It plays on, like you said before, steampunk. It's like steampunk meets bondage meets punk rock. It's a lot. I absolutely love all of it.
You could
And
walk outside today with one of these three outfits and be killing it in the streets. Think
yeah,
about that.
no, for real. You'll have people kind of like, what? And to me, that's what fashion is all about, especially when you're in New York. That's New York. What else? Fashion districts of the world. New York, you got Paris, right?
Mhm.
You got France, Italy,
France,
like
yeah.
all of these places. I love going to like little pop-up shops too of like um designers that are either starting up or they're trying to show their stuff off to the world and they're selling. I love stuff like that.
Oh yeah, you find gems in there, man.
It's so cool and you can definitely personalize it. But I just love Jean Paul, man. Gaultier, another Haitian name, but he's not Haitian. He's from France. And I'm
France.
sure we all know the history there. You know, we're going to leave that alone. But Jean Paul, he's definitely all about haute couture, and I live for it. I
I
live
have a
for it.
question for you.
Yeah.
Which outfit in the movie had you at all? What
Can
was
I
your
tell
favorite outfit?
can I tell you, although it'll be very cliche of me to say the orange like underwear suit, like the orange straps that Lilo
Mm,
had on. Because if I remember correctly, that's kind of like an era where Jean Paul Gaultier was trying to make underwear outerwear.
yes,
So it was very
yes.
risky. But one of my faves, because I gravitate to that very like loose, cool punk, I really like it when my favorite of all that I'm like I paused and I actually stared at it was when Bruce Willis is trying to get out to Lost in Paradise
Mm-hmm.
and he runs behind the priest's like little
Yeah.
helper guy. I forget
Mm-hmm.
his name. He goes, "Oh, thank you for holding the line." That jacket he had on and like those
Oh
huge heart, and it
yes,
was like showing his arm. I'm like, I would fucking wear the shit out of that.
yes, yes. I think Kanye's trying to recreate that.
Really?
Yeah, and his outfits he's been wearing, it look like he's trying to recreate some of that stuff. I could definitely see that. That outfit was fire.
I loved that look. I loved his look there.
Imagine being on set, man. I probably would have took some shit. Wearing
Ugh,
that shit today, walking around outside.
I know. I loved it. It was so wonderful. And I actually had a question for you. Since
Oh yeah.
you are a photographer, is there a particular type of fashion that you like or a particular type of fashion that you like to photograph?
Ooh, that's a really good one. That's a really good one. I've been gravitating a lot towards like street urban style
Mhm.
because kind of like what you said, I kind of like the idea of everybody's their own representation of their fashion in their fashion self. So I've been really, and my thing has also been really street photography too. So incorporating my street photography style into the street fashion look kind of has my eye right now. Because you be seeing, especially living in New York, you see people out there just taking risks, and you gotta
Yeah.
love it. Like to just
Mm.
take those risks and just be able to walk out there with your head high, and just kill it. I love that. I think that is one of the best representation of self art out there.
I 100% agree with that because I feel like people, especially in some parts of New York, they're so stuck with fashion designers and all that stuff. Like they don't realize the gems that they have around them when it comes to clothes and individuality.
Mm,
And I'm just like, not we don't all have to look alike. One thing about
word.
me is I hate having or wearing something that I've seen on someone else. I don't like that because then it kind of feels like I'm part of a cult. Like I'm following the line, I'm following the leader. And because, of where we live and things like that, it was like, oh my gosh, they all look the same over there. And it's just like I don't want to be clumped up into that persona. So I usually deconstruct or mix and match all my stuff because I just like to truly make it my own. And that's what I feel fashion should be. It should be risky. It should be confusing, but it also is how my mind works. Like my mind is goes a trillion miles a minute. So for me, the way I dress is just like, yeah, I literally, that's exactly how I was thinking. And I'm going to own that shit. And this is how I'm going to be for the rest of the night. Um, so I really do like that you appreciate more of like that street, individualistic type of fashion.
Yeah, that's the style right there. That's my style.
Yeah, you're so cool.
I try. Thank you.
Well, so going back to music, Shane and I realized that the music was different in every scene. You remember when you're like, oh my gosh, the music, the sounds,
Yeah, the scores were amazing in the movie.
right? Exactly. They had like some Jamaican sounds, they had eclectic sounds. But while I was doing research for the movie, I realized that Middle Eastern fusion, I think it kind of, or like world music kind of explains the type of
Really?
music. I think so. Like there was a lot of like drums or like,
Yes.
right? You had some like, I want to say not even harps. I'm sorry. That's way too classical. I forget that instrument that they use. It's very prominent in the music, in Middle Eastern music. But they had a lot of that. Then they had the opera. Like they just had a fucking plethora of shit. And I'm just
Yeah,
like so
they
inclusive.
incorporated a lot of music and sounds throughout the whole movie. And I think that's one of the elements that really helps bring out the movie itself. Like the Ruby Rod music was different than the Corbin Dallas movie. Everybody had their own almost individual tune for themselves, which I think just brought the movie out even more. That we could deconstruct this whole movie. It'll take hours.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. I know. You know what the music reminds me of? I'm actually looking it up right now to make sure I don't say the wrong name. But you remember Sting's Desert Rose?
Yes.
That's kind of like what it reminds me of. Like very
Mhm.
eclectic. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost like a worldly music.
Yeah, it does. You're right.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. It's
You
my
didn't get
Robert
the
De
Yeah, I know. I caught it. I caught it.
Niro. It's terrible.
Every time you get it right.
Yeah, it's my favorite face to do. And then I can't stop doing it.
I know. I know. Come out the shower. Wake
So
up
hot
in
in here, babe. Yeah. Well, I feel like the music transported you, in my opinion, to like whatever was happening at that real time. So you knew what was going to
Exactly.
happen, right? And like whether it was like a scary moment, jump scare, whatever it was great. And I especially loved like when there were, because you do have some silent moments in this movie. It's not like all action. There's a lot of silent moments, a lot of moments of like characters staring at each other. And I just love how the music would bleed through that
Mhm.
silence with during
Yeah.
those new sound moments. Like especially when like Lilu fell and they were kind of like looking at each other and we kept saying like Bruce Willis's looks like the sun is always in his eyes. He's like smizing
Yeah.
you and there was no sound and there was just like the music was bleeding. It was really fast. Like it was almost like a car chase without the car chase sounds.
It gave them their moment.
Right.
It gave them their
I,
moment.
I fucking hate everybody who's outside right now. No, I hate them. I can't stand them.
It's the whole Fast Five family or seven.
Yeah. No, yeah. So in case you guys didn't know, they're filming Fast and Furious. No, I'm just kidding. Imagine. They're filming
Imagine.
Fast and Furious. Vin Diesel, it's right. He's right out my window right now.
You know, one of the things I really appreciated about the movie was the attention to detail when it came to the sounds of the gunfires from certain guns. Like each gun had their own individual sound, their own like personality in itself. Like I thought that was absolutely amazing. Like when Gary Oldman was testing out that I can't remember the name of the gun, but it was like the everything in one. It was like the Swiss Army knife and guns. And you every time he shot something, you heard what it was doing, from the flamethrower to the net coming out to the rocket launcher, even and then that little moment where I think, and I believe it was like a silent moment where he was like, they would have asked about the little red button on the side of the gun, and then that's when you heard the explosion,
Right.
and that
Right.
played really well into your point of the sound. of how they capture the viewer with just moments of silence. Because
Yeah.
now we know something might be happening because it's just not going to be silent, especially during a steampunk movie where cars are flying everywhere. Once you hear dead silence, they want us to know something. They played really well with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I also find it very interesting when during the car chase when Lilo does fall in Corbin's car, they play tropical music.
I know it's so odd.
It is because I was just like, why do I feel like I should be at the beach, but I'm running? Like I'm just running.
It's like I guess that's the feeling he was feeling was just being at the beach. I guess, like it was so interesting on the type of music. It was it's smart,
Yeah.
smart.
Flossed
Yeah,
in Paradise had Jamaican. It was such
yeah.
like
It
it
was a
was like
Jamaican space cruise
yeah,
line
it
to
had to be.
another solar system.
Remember when they were trying to get those little bugs out of the thing? He goes, "Oh, the bugs,
The
man! You need to
Jamaican
fry 'em
dude.
up." Like, oh my
Yes, that was hilarious.
Well, mi gente, if you're just joining us on this week's episode, S&M are reviewing The Fifth Element. And we're actually going to get into some of the fun facts that Shane sent me that I definitely want to talk about because they are extremely interesting. I read some of them already, and I would say I read like 3 because I don't want to cheat too much. I kind of wanted it to be the first time I read it. They're very, very interesting facts. So thank you so much for joining us. And don't forget, mi gente, if you haven't done so already, go make sure you subscribe to the It's Me Shell podcast on YouTube and on all podcast platforms. You know, my bad. I haven't been around in a couple of weeks. It was the summertime. We were away. We had to do what we had to do. It was fun family time. So I do apologize. All right. Now, do you want me to start with the list, my darling?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to pull out my phone. I don't want to be rude, but let's see. Okay, so these are autumn. 18 awesome facts about the fifth element. All right, so number 1, Mila Jovovich didn't initially get the role. So, right. So when she first auditioned for the fifth element, she had a handful of roles under her belt from childhood, but she was primarily known for her work in the modeling world. So when she went to audition, she was wearing like a flashy outfit. She had so much makeup on, and Luke, and it is Besson. It's not Benson.
Besson.
Damn, god damn it. Whatever.
I was close.
No, I was far. It's just because I wanted to make the connection between fucking Olivia Benson and this guy. Whatever.
I know.
I just love her. But anyway, when he saw her in the audition, he thought she was extremely overdressed and made up and just made way too made up and very, very nervous. So he passed on her for the role. But then he saw a whole bunch of other actresses. He didn't like them. And he ran into her at a hotel pool where she wasn't wearing any makeup a few weeks later. And he reconsidered her for the role.
Look at that.
Yeah, he had her audition again.
Look at that.
Wasn't that cute?
That's very interesting right there.
Yeah.
I wonder who else would have played her then if it wasn't her.
I don't know. You know who I thought, although she was very young, I'm assuming. What's that? The girl, the chick from that 70s show?
Oh, I don't know.
She's married to the other guy from Ashton. She's married to Ashton Kutcher.
Mia.
That one.
Oh, she would have been. I don't know how old was she back
She
then.
I think she would have been very young. Although she was Mila was very young.
She was. You're right.
Yeah, in this movie, she was very young. I believe if we go a little further down in the facts, I'm sure it'll be there. I believe she was the youngest cast member in the movie. But I say all that to say, maybe her. I don't know.
I got a fact about the movie.
Go ahead.
Based off of that question, Elizabeth Berkley auditioned to play the part, and you may know Elizabeth Berkley from movies like what's the one where she showed her brown eye?
You know, I'm terrible with names.
Oh man, Showgirls.
Oh no, she didn't.
Yes,
She
yes,
did?
yes, yes. Elizabeth Berkley.
She's from Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell. Yep. Remember body awareness, stuff like that. Showed her brown
I'm
eye.
so excited. I'm so scared. Zach.
Yep.
Yeah, get out.
Fun fact about the movie.
Okay. Well, let's see. I have another fun fact. Mila Jovovich babysat for Bruce Willis.
Ooh, look at that. That
And
is
here it is.
interesting.
Right, here it is. She was one of the youngest Fifth Element cast members while on set. And as a result, she didn't spend a lot of time hanging out with the older cast members. So she babysat for Bruce Willis in between filming. Well, Bruce Willis, and he was married to Moore at that time, between filming, so they can go out.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm. And she
That
said,
is a good one.
right? And she joked around saying she probably had more fun with the kids at the time than like filming the movie.
I can see that.
Yep.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I got one.
Go ahead.
Mel Gibson was asked to play Corbin Dallas.
Passion of the Christ.
Passion of the. Let me take our lives.
Stop.
But they'll never take
Braveheart.
our Lilo.
Braveheart.
Braveheart.
Okay.
Yep.
That's an interesting one.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, I don't know how I would feel. I don't know.
He probably would have had long hair like he did in Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about this. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's Tom Cruise played him.
He would be jumping during the car scene. He would be having Lilo jump out of the car. He just loves jumping out of shit.
He'd be like, all right, so I'm going to jump from this car to this car, this car, this car. No, time. Listen, Tom, no, we're not doing that. She's going to fall in the car. No, that's not how I do movies.
Tommy, baby, no. No jumping out of cars, no.
or John Travolta. Because you got to think about the time. It was 97. So you had John Travolta, you had Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone. You had like those dudes. So imagine Sylvester. That would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
Hey, Lilo.
I mean, no, you got to get down. You can't jump from the car. It's an alien.
He wouldn't be able to fit in the car.
No, he would be too fucking big.
He probably turned it down because he did Total Recall. That's almost like a steampunk movie too.
Yeah, and it played a lot on like makeup and just recreating and reconstructing a brand new face.
Yeah,
on a fucking human being. Like it was very interesting. It was very immersive as well. You really thought you were in fucking Mars.
Word. You also had your favorite person, Jean-Claude.
So Jean-Claude, right?
He would have been doing the high kicks.
Another name, Jean-Claude, Sean Connery, Arnold. Yo, they did nothing to change their. Remember we were joking about that? You're like Sean Connery was asked to play. What movie was it?
He was Highlander.
He was supposed to be.
Oh God!
He's like Roman, like a Roman Catholic
English,
or something,
or like Paris or something like that,
like French or some shit.
Yeah.
No. All right.
I
said, what is it? You said he was supposed to be French. He goes, "Oui, when do we start?" No, you actually have to speak French, Mr. Connery. Je m'appelle Connery. Oui.
Je m'appelle Connery.
When do we start? No.
And then look at, we need him. Like he's the big name. We need him in the movie. So He's Scottish today. I don't know. There we go.
Right.
Oh,
Damn.
that's hilarious.
Little Noah.
No. Get down.
We're going to shoot at the car. What the fuck?
They would have to change the size of his whole room because Arnold wouldn't be able to fit in. Oh man. And you know, if Sylvester Stallone was in it, they'll have to have like a montage of him like in the shower with long hair. Some weird shit.
Taking a shower. His hair's getting wet. He puts his fingers through it.
None of them smokes. None of them smoke. No, we don't do that. Oh,
rising up. Back on my feet. It's just like, wow, this is the Fifth Element. All right.
Word.
Yeah. One desire. Yeah.
That's at the end when he kisses Lilu.
Right. He saves her.
He saves her. Oh, that's funny.
Damn. All right. Well, I have one. Let's see. Prince was meant to star in the movie.
That is an interesting one.
Yeah, and it's so funny because when I read the title of this one, I immediately knew it would have been for Ruby's role, Ruby Rhod. So before Chris Tucker took the role of Ruby Rhod, Luke Besson had someone else in mind for the part. The late Prince, that's who he had in mind. And after Prince passed away in 2016, Besson tweeted a tribute, including a sketch of Prince as Ruby done by Jean-Paul Gaultier, and revealed that scheduling conflicts prevented the musician from taking the role.
Wow.
Isn't that so cool?
I don't know how I would feel if Prince played Ruby. I think Chris Tucker embodied Ruby Rhod. I don't know.
Yeah, Ruby was like this fast talker. Welcome to Floston Paradise. He was a fast talker, but Prince was very like monotone.
Yeah, and it would fit Bruce Willis's tone.
Yeah, and I think it would clash because the whole point was for them to clash. So I think Bruce Willis and Prince's tone might have been, too
monotone guys, like too serious.
It would have been too similar.
Nothing. Oh, nothing. Yes.
Right. Any words?
No. Did that mean he also did the music too?
I will die for you.
When doves cry.
Oh man, yeah, it would have been too similar.
It would have been too similar.
A bit too similar. All right, do you have another one?
I got one. And this goes off of the question you had when we were watching the movie. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You brought up a question about the language that they were speaking. You said, is this a made-up language?
No, but then I thought it was like maybe like a Japanese, like English, broken English fusion. I don't know.
Uh-huh. But the divine language is a fictional language of 400 words.
400 words?
Yes.
So there was only 400 words. So all the lines she had
400 words in the divine language. Yep. That's it.
Interesting.
Look at you. You're thinking, I'm going to make up my own language.
She literally said "domo tenku." I'm like, wait, that's thank you. That's thank you.
They probably took elements of like different languages to form that language, though.
For sure.
That's probably why you probably picked up on certain things and things like that. But yeah, 400 words. She just had to memorize 400 words. And you think they got on her for getting the word wrong?
Ectogamat. I don't know.
Excuse me. Mila, hi. It's ectogamat. Gamat. Please.
And she's young too, so she's just like, fuck this shit.
Just like that. Gamat.
Right.
That's how we wrote it. Thank you. For continuity purposes. Go.
Thanks. Let's start all over again now. Thanks. This fucking
And you got Bruce Willis in the back smoking weed. Yeah, whatever. I ain't spilling your shit. I'm just gonna look at the camera and smiles.
Right.
That's what he does.
Bruce was loving those moments.
Oh yeah. No matter what scene is happening and his life is about to end, and they do a little shot in his face, he's like this.
He's
Like I'm about to fuck shit up.
What is it?
Die Hard style.
You have 1 point left on your license. He goes, wow. Like, okay, Bruce.
Bruce. Woo!
Right. That was great. That was great. All right, so I have one more then.
Go ahead.
I'll do this one. So Besson, I really feel like calling him Benson, but I don't want to disrespect the man's name. Ugh. Besson enlisted French comic book artist to design his universe. Ooh. So he's a huge fan of comic books. And in fact, it was his work on The Fifth Element that opened the doors for him to work on Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets, like many years later. Yeah. So production design duties on The Fifth Element. He recruited French comic book artist Jean Mobius Girard and Jean-Claude. Y'all need to stop. I mean, I guess it's France. It's France. And Jean-Claude Mézières. I don't want to say it wrong. It's not Jean-Claude Van Damme. Jean-Claude Mézières, since it was their comics that had inspired the director.
Wow.
Isn't that pretty cool?
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's pretty neat.
Hitting us with some movie facts.
Boom. Boom.
Ooh, boom.
I just think I'm telling you, this movie is almost very worldly, right? Like it included so many parts, so many different parts of so many different parts of the world. I don't know. It's very like it was very
cultural so many different parts of the world and a whole universe.
It's so cultural and shit. You know what I'm talking about? There's a lot.
We had a black president in that movie. Let's not forget.
We did. He had a cataract in one eye though, but
it's all right.
Right? That was
like somebody up.
Was it a cataract or like glaucoma? I think it was definitely very icy looking.
But think of it like this: Debo eventually became president. So his great was Debo and eventually became president. Now that's some deep stuff right there. Black president.
Definitely the future.
Future.
For the future.
For the future.
For the future. All right, mi gente. So we have reached our closing thoughts. So I'll go first because my closing thoughts are super simple. I watched this movie at a very young age and many times over as an adult. And every time I watch it, it's an amazing experience to me. I remember thinking, wow, the future is really going to be crazy with flying cars and food trucks that fucking float to you. You know what I mean? They fly to you while you're living in the sky. And honestly, I'm still waiting for Chanel to make the automatic eyeshadow machine that Lilu used when she was Victor Cornelia's house.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking, I mean, hello. They Chanel, girl, come on. It was really, really nice. I loved it. So to me, it was just so amazing, super futuristic. And am I disappointed that we're not in the sky? No, because global warming is real. And I don't want to fuck up, Earth it's already fucked up. I don't want to fuck it up even more by like, oh, you know what? Let's drive in the sky. So I'm okay that we're still here. It's totally fine that we're grounded. I'm not complaining. We are struggling with our air right now. So it's totally fine. I don't want to infiltrate the fucking skies. Pero, do you know what I mean? I still like that the movie transports you to another time. And I might be pushing it, but I actually compare this movie to what VR is doing now with all like these immersive systems.
I like that comparison.
Yeah, it puts you in like this non-existent time and place in the world or in the universe. And I feel like that's what movies do to people.
Yeah, very true. Yeah.
Right?
It brings you right into the world.
Right. It sucks you in. You're a part of that world. And, the younger you are, the more of an effect it has on you because you're literally thinking like, yo, that's cool. Like my entire world around me that's my world for like the next week until the movie decides to fade away. But it is so immersive and it captivates you. I think that's really what this movie has done. And even as an adult, I'm just like, that's really fucking cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So if I had to rate this movie out of
Truthful.
10, you know what I'm going to give it?
What?
I'm going to give it a 9. You want to know why I give it a 9?
Why?
Because I don't fuck with aliens. And I don't want them thinking that we cool. So I got to keep them on their toes.
I love you. That's a good one.
Got to keep them on their toes. Because if I give them a
love
10, they're going to be like, yo, that's it. She's good. We just got to send somebody like fucking Plava Laguna, a Lilu looking bitch, and she's good. We can, no, keep you on your toes. I give it a 9. I'm going to give you a 9. I absolutely love the movie. And those are my closing thoughts. What about you, my darling?
Oh, my closing thoughts. I'm going to keep it short and simple. Fifth Element made me love cinema. Fifth Element was a movie that brought me into a world that kept me at awe, and I fell in love with at whatever age I was when I saw it, because I can't do the math right now. It came out in 97, whatever age I was. I think
You were like 11, 12.
I was 11, 12. And I still remember like every element of like when I saw it in the movie theaters with my dad. And I remember like us leaving because we snuck in to see that movie. And he said, this movie sucked. And he's like, I hate Chris Tucker's voice. And I look up at him like, I thought it was amazing, Dad. Everything about the movie was so good. And it's just so many elements of the movie. It just takes me right back to an amazing part of my life and part of my childhood. As a movie itself, though, now we're getting into the movie itself. I think the special effects still holds up to the special effects we see nowadays. I think the story was good. It wasn't the best story. It wasn't the best story. It was a great story, but it wasn't the best story. But it really was very simple at the same time. I love the set. I love the characters. I love the design. The fashion was amazing. The actual character design was something we didn't even speak about, but that right there was amazing. It reminded me of Jim Henson. I wouldn't be surprised if he did it, but like that was amazing. So I'm gonna say, even though the story to me was good, because when you think about space movies and stuff like that, we've seen some really good stories.
Yeah, for sure.
Overall, I'm gonna give it a 9.5. And the reason why, like I said, it was the story. One thing that really gave it the little extra mark was how so many people banded together and how so many people had like it started off with Corbin, then you had Lilu, then you had the priest, then you had his guy, and then you have Ruby, and then you had the deaf guy, and it's like all these people just all kind of fell together, and it all worked out. It all worked out, and he still ain't get those points back. Like he still can't drive a cab. This man saved he ain't driving a cab no more.
Right, but he got the biggest prize because him and Lilu.
Yes,
they got it in.
Yes. So I'm gonna give it a 9.5. The acting was great. Bruce Willis with his weird eyes. Cinematography to me was amazing. Special effects was great. You had great actors, and Gary Oldman was amazing in there.
Well, yeah, and I know we were done with fun facts, but Gary Oldman hated making the movie. He thought it was silly.
I love it.
Yeah, he hated every minute of it.
He's such an actor though.
Right. He is. Bruce Willis took a pay cut to actually make this movie.
Oh wow! Look at
a salary cut. He said, "Yeah, totally cool with it." And Luc Besson wrote this movie while he was in high school.
Wow! Look at that.
So everything you said, that's why I was waiting for you to finish, because everything you said is just like, well, yeah, there's something behind all of that. And you
know what? When you look at it, when you really think about it, you see the elements of a high school kid in that movie.
Right? The
It's
cool girl.
Yeah.
Girl that fell from the skies.
It's like all the little story elements that he put in there. Very good. Very good.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Good movie. Good movie.
Yeah, mi gente, let us know what you would rate this movie if you've seen it. If you haven't, and you do watch it, let us know in the comments below how you felt about it. And if you saw the trailer and said, fuck out of here, let us know how you feel. We want to hear from you.
Yep.
I want to
Let us know.
definitely. I want to hear your thoughts because we're like drooling over this movie. And I'm sure like your dad, Pops was just like, yeah, this fucking movie, man.
This fucking movie sucks.
Right. But then again, it speaks for the time. You were like 12. I was like 11 watching that movie. We
Mhm.
were very near. We were in our tweens. We were very near to that high school age almost.
Yeah.
So we're just like, wow, this is so cool.
Yeah.
There's shit right now, us as adults, that the kids watch, and we're just like, that is so stupid. Brain cells are burning.
And like when you look at like steampunk inspired movies during that time, don't kill me, people. Like I remember you have sorry. You had Blade Runner, you
Yeah.
had Judge Dredd,
Yep.
right? And now you thinking about the steampunk movies, you had like a serious tone. Judge Dredd was almost medium tone. And then you had like Fifth Element. Like that movie just stands the test of time out of all those three. And don't get me wrong, Blade Runner was amazing. A little boring for me. What was the other? Judge Dredd with Sylvester Stallone, classic in my book.
Yeah.
But it's just something about freaking that movie.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I got it. We love it. Definitely recommend it. Bueno, my people, me, and it's about that time. Like always, I want to thank you for spending your precious moments with us. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at itsmi.chelle. Click the link in the bio. It'll take you to all my other socials. You can send me voice messages, DM me, direct messages, emails, and so much more. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And make sure you click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any content or on anything. And go check out the It's Me Shell podcast Patreon channel. And again, all the links will be in the description below and also in my Instagram bio. Just out here trying to make getting to Friday a lot easier. And there's some stuff back here. Wait, I always do this wrong. Right here. Ooh, right here.
There we go.
For your viewing pleasure. Just in case. Y'all must have forgot. Ever since you showed that to me.
Oh, Roy Jones.
I will never forget. Anyway, that's for a different episode. That is for a different episode. I mean, don't forget you can catch It's Me Shell. Yeah, for real. Well, y'all must have forgot because I haven't released an episode in a long time, but you can catch It's Me Shell with yours truly every Monday, to make sure your week starts off on the right foot, or so we can just say fuck Mondays together wherever you stream your podcasts, on YouTube and on Patreon. You know what I was thinking, babe? The next movie that we should talk about is Mommy Dearest.
Ooh.
That is a fucking cult classic. And let me tell you, we both know a couple of women that claim to be parents who are exactly like Joan Crawford. And mi gente, just to let you know, these women come in all shapes, sizes, they exist. All right. I know some of you agree with me. I know a lot of people actually that DM me talking about, oh yeah, I definitely have a Joan Crawford in my life. So, matter of fact, mi gente, let us know. What are you going to say?
I was going to say Leon the Professional.
Stop. Because during the research for this movie, Leon kept coming up. Because guess who else was in it? Fucking Commissioner Gordon.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
I bet he loved doing that movie. I bet that movie was like it for him. His acting came out.
And let me tell you, for that movie, we're going to have a lot of Patreon moments because you remember that loophole we were talking about in Star Wars?
Yeah.
It's definitely, it touches very close.
Yeah, it does. It does.
But not Natalie Portman, isn't it? It's Natalie Portman?
Yeah, Natalie Portman. Yeah.
Kind of kisses it like its sister.
Yeah, there are moments.
Yeah.
There are moments. Like,
Definitely.
there are moments. But I think that we'll talk about that movie next time. If we...
Well, actually, mi gente, you can also let us know what movie would you like for us to review, what movie you would like to watch. DM me, send me a moist message. Hey, yo.
Voice message.
That's what happens when you don't do your vocal exercise. Hey, yo.
Oh man.
What is it? She sells seashells in the seashore. You guys just gotta. All right.
Your voice messages.
Send me. Fuck, just when I thought we were going to have a clip for Patreon, send me a moist message. Send me a voice message, y'all. Let me know. We can go ahead, watch the film. We can review it, whatever. We make fun of it, whatever you guys want us to do. All right, this might just be a new segment, a new S&M segment. I don't know. Isn't that crazy?
Moist message segment.
The moist message. I might make that a soundbite now.
You should do that. You should do that.
Moist message. Look at that.
Send me a voice message.
We're just dropping gems out here. Ain't that some shit, man?
Ain't that some shit?
Peace and love. We out.
I see you. It's me. 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 Shell, bitch.